exactly the time, yeah.
But they say the Irish, the Scottish, all the Gaelics, also the lost tribes. They say, you know, you can go all over the world. You know, there's a group in Russia, Ethiopians,
yeah,
a lost tribe. You know, there's a lot that went over to Israel. So that's, you know, in history things got a bit confused and mixed up, really. But you know, let's start. You're saying that Jews aren't really Jews because they're Jewish. Well, Jewish is just a modern expression.
Exactly.
Really. A Jew is a Jew. Yehud. Jew comes from Yehuda.
Yeah.
So the Jews today must probably come from Yehuda or Binyamin, because they're the two tribes that didn't get lost. The 12 tribes, the 10 tribes got lost. The two didn't get lost.
Exactly.
Judah and Binyamin. So you and me, well, I don't know about you, but I, hopefully, if my parents were all Jews way back, they came from one of those two tribes.
See, but how would you know?
Well, because my father told me, and his father told me.
His father told
way
him.
back to Abraham.
Yeah, but also my father and mother told me that Christopher Columbus discovered America.
Okay.
You understand? Okay. So it tells you in the scriptures in Isaiah that it says, surely our father, the nations will come to us and say, surely our fathers have inherited lies. You understand? Believe it or not, Rabbi Gocc, you and I will not be the first people that were lied to.
That's true.
And I'm going to say this. How you will know whether or not you are a Jew, and it's common sense. It's it's quite elementary. If you fit the prophecies in the book,
right?
Because the Most High is perfect in prophecy. You go into the Torah, go into the Tanakh, and look at the prophecies and see which people fit the prophecies. You understand? Now, this is what this. If you don't mind, can I bring one thing out? If you don't mind.
Yeah, go on.
Okay. Like, I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to read Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. All right.
Hold on. For the benefit of the listeners, Deuteronomy, that's part of your book also, Rob.
5 books of Moses, yeah.
Right. So you follow.
According to our brother Echo, Moses wasn't a Jew.
Yeah,
right?
he wasn't a Jew. He was from the tribe of Levi. He was an Israelite.
So the Jews that came out of Egypt weren't Jews.
Well, they were.
So this is why I get confused here.
Okay.
So at what point did Jews start then, according to you?
Okay. Again, the children of Israel. Let me show you. Let me read it. I'm going to show you. So this will clear it up.
And you read Deuteronomy also.
Now, the reason why I say I'm going to read it is because he was purposely trying to divert the conversation. He know exactly what I'm talking about. Israelites is what we're talking about. There was no such people as Jews. There were Israelites. There wasn't Jews until the conversion of Hyrcanus during the time of the Maccabean period, when the Edomites converted into Judaism. So when you look in the Old Testament, there's no Jews coming out of Egypt. Israelites are coming out of Egypt. So I say, let me read this because I see that he was purposely trying to divert the conversation.
So,
Yes.
Okay, so, right.
But before you start, you're going from an English translation.
Yes.
I don't know who wrote that translation.
Okay.
Whoever wrote that translation.
Didn't I tell you he was trying to divert? Now they want to go into the translations now. These are the same tricks Arabs be trying to pull under Islam. Once you get them, they'll say, well, the Bible's tampered with. We don't know which Bible to follow. We don't know which Bible is true. Tricksters.
Translation has a bias.
Okay.
So you can only what was the original Bible written in, first of all?
Okay. Well,
what language was it written in?
Let me bring this out, and I'll tackle that with no problem at all.
See that? You stay focused. Now, I'm not going to let you take me all over the place. All right? It's time to edify, even if we have to teach the devil.
Not a problem.
Okay.
Just want, you know.
Okay, we'll go into the Paleo-Hebrew. Yeah, no, we'll deal with this level because the whole deal is, believe it or not, it's the Jewish society, along with the Masoretes, that is actually behind the book I'm reading right now. The Masoretes had their hand in the penning of the original scrolls. When I say the original scrolls, the scrolls that came out of Europe. The Masoretes. So when you look, I have a list of all the Jewish powers and rabbis and scribes that were behind scribing the information and literature we have today. So if something is wrong, please don't point to me.
No, I'm not
I'm listen.
Yeah,
So
point to your people.
I don't have no printing press. So I'll go into the history of the Bible with no problem. We have that history, but I want to show something, because if you want, I can pull up the Hebrew and read it in the ancient, and we'll also break down the words in the ancient also. We deal with the ancient, not the modern day Yiddish of today.
Do you speak Hebrew, Rabbi?
Yes. I speak
Okay,
Hebrew.
then so
That's wonderful.
Yiddish is a different language. Yiddish is not Hebrew. Yiddish is like a German Plattdeutsch. It was
Absolutely. So, I mean, my people would never in Germany. So if that language exists, or that language had some spin on the original Hebrew, it's not my fault.
But no, it's the other way. Jews, wherever they lived, if they lived in Spain, they made a language called Ladino. That was a mixture of Hebrew and Spanish.
Yes.
If they lived in different parts, because that's how they managed to interact with the people they were around, the countries they lived in.
Yeah.
So in Germany, in those countries, it was like a.
There you go,
mix
there you
of
go.
German and French and
Master
all that.
serpents,
So,
folks.
England,
so Rabbi,
Yeah.
hold on,
Go ahead.
let me ask you. So, we both, both of you agree that Yiddish is not Hebrew.
Exactly.
You agree that.
Exactly.
So, whatever he comes with, you can identify whether that is Hebrew or
Yiddish.
Yiddish.
Yeah, because a brother mentioned Yiddish, and he put it in
Yeah.
the same expression, so I
Yeah.
just wanted to
Okay,
clarify.
exactly.
Yiddish
Okay.
is, you can go
Exactly.
on, Yiddish is like
It's
a modern language.
Yeah, when
it's,
it- yeah,
modern
well,
it's 1,000 years old, Yiddish.
well, whatever area they went into, they adapted the language.
But there was only Jews in Germany around there.
Okay,
in Spain,
All right.
Africa, they most probably had a Yiddish, well, it wasn't Yiddish, it was another language, Hebrew mixed with African and all different languages.
Right.
Well,
All right, then.
well, let me. I don't want to lose this point.
That's
I
all
wanna
right,
get
but
this
go, yeah.
point, but I want to hit something on that though. The reason why I went into predominantly Yiddish, because I know that the Jewish Israelis who are in Israel today predominantly came out of the German and Polish areas. So if we're going to point to a language that's promoted amongst the Europeans and point to Yiddish, I'm dealing with the predominant Europeans that actually went into Israel. That's why I pointed to Yiddish. We both know that Yiddish is not the original Hebrew, but there's dialects of Yiddish being spoken as we speak in Israel today.
A little.
Y-
Israel's
but-
mainly...
Yeah, I'm with
well,
you.
today's Hebrew in Israel is a modern...
It's a modern...
Biblical. It's not biblical Hebrew.
Listen, it's not what the ancient Phoenicians
That's right.
spoke.
That's right.
And that's the clear issue here. So let me read this real quick if you don't mind.
No?
Yeah.
No.
Get
Okay.
it. Get it.
It tell you in I'm in Deuteronomy 27
Okay.
in the Torah in the Torah. It says, and Moses with the elders of Israel commanded the people, saying, keep all the commandments which I command you this day. So it's not saying Moses with the elders of the Jewish people. It says Moses with the elders of Israel commanded the people, saying, keep all the commandments which I command you this day. So we try to use the words, not the modern words of Judaism. We try to stay close as possible to what was there before Judaism. And there's a reason for that. Now, I want you to see this prophecy right here of the curses.
Can I ask you 1 second?
Yes.
What was the land, what was the country... I'm sorry.
Okay.
The land of the country. I'm used to giving a speech. I'm banging on the... On the
let him
What was the land of the country? Boy, he don't want us to bring out these curses. He know where I'm going.
bang. Let him bang. Go ahead.
making my point.
The mic
Yeah,
going
that's
crazy when you're doing
okay.
that. Right?
All right.
Sorry about that.
Yes,
Anybody
sir.
got an earache there? Please forgive me. You should only hear good things. What was I saying? Yeah, the land. Oh, the
What was
land
the
of the
land?
Jews. What was it called?
The land of Israel,
Right,
or,
Israel.
or
Now, in
Palestine
Hebrew-
was called Canaan.
Well, okay. So Israel, the word Israel in Hebrew is Yisrael. Yisrael. So Yisrael, the land of Yisrael. Hebrew for Yisrael, the Hebrew for Israel is Yisrael. So the Jews went to the land of Yisrael. Who went? Yisrael. So the same name of the land of Israel in Hebrew is Yisrael. The Jewish nation from the time of Moses was also called Yisrael.
Well,
This Israel is referring to my little limited knowledge, is to the Jewish people. They went to the land of Israel. Who went? The people that Moses spoke. Who were they? The Israelites.
exactly.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying.
You said that before. You said there's no Jews, shall not
Exactly,
It's
the
Israel.
Israelites.
But for the benefit of who's listening, we're using the English words.
Of course,
For
Israel.
For Israel. So
Yeah.
you know, if you want to speak in Hebrew then and refer to it, then
Yes.
You
well,
could do.
What I want to speak to is the fact that he is correct, but there's a problem.
go on.
Not too long ago, 500 years ago, we heard of no such letter as the letter Y. I have a King James version, an original 1611 with no Y's in it at all.
You mean J's.
So the Y is actually the newest letter to the alphabet.
J's.
So I know for sure that it was impossible. It's impossible
J's.
if there's no Y
J's.
sounds for their name to be Yajrael. Now, in the ancient, you understand? You have the Yah,
We corrected that. It was
or
J's.
Yasha'Allah. You understand?
Let me go straight to the slave
Now,
ships here. Hold on.
Excuse
Something.
Yes.
You can't modern history. This Bible was written. Do you believe God created the world?
Absolutely.
And he made Adam and Eve.
Absolutely.
And he had 3 sons.
Absolutely.
Right. And one of those sons had went down to Abraham.
Hold up. You talking about Cain, Abel, and Seth?
Yeah. Those
Okay,
guys.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
So it comes down. Oh, 1 second. 1 second.
Hold up.
Can I
You
recap again? You said Jesus isn't Jewish,
Hold
right?
up. Yaakov, you didn't answer my question.
Right.
My question was, if it's a fact, or if it's shown to be fact, that these 3 families that I've mentioned are from the children of Israel,
Right.
should they not, and I'm talking about the biblical bloodline, not by conversion, should these particular people have the land of Israel today? If they are the people through blood and not conversion, shouldn't they be the people restored into the land?
Interesting.
Well, see, we're going around in circles. We have to really go right back and find out again, because I got a bit confused. Was Jesus? So I personally think if Jesus came into this room right now, he'll look at me and oh, you have a beard also. Maybe he'll think you're also Jewish. Because I normally can say this because I look more Jewish than anybody else, more like him. My understanding was Jesus was a Jew. He went to the Talmudic college, and he had ideas.
He went to the Talmudic college.
Of course he did.
Hey, brother, do you know that the Talmud is Babylonian origin?
Well, he went to, yes, it is.
Okay. Now let's stick here for a second.
Got him.
Right.
So if the Talmud is Babylonian origin, and we know that Babylonians brought forth the paganism of the world, and
Now you see how they try to sneak this witchcraft in, try to claim that Christ was from the Babylonian schools? Folks, these are the lies they're teaching all within their religion. I got him. He know that's a lie.
sorcery during that whole period, first under Nimrod. How can you now stake claim to an attachment to the Talmud? And a matter of fact, you know what?
Well, the Jerusalem Talmud, yeah.
I'm saying, but where have you read that Christ was dealing with the Talmudic doctrine?
How do you think you can walk on water?
My hard drive. How do you think he can walk on water?
Yeah, how can you think he healed people? He got the Talmud. He knew the secrets. It was the time of the temple. This is what I want to ask you.
Well,
who ran the temple?
Brother.
Hey, well, look, guys, I'm gonna have to take a break.
Okay.
It's gonna be.
Now we're gonna be diving all into this during this broadcast. Let me open up the lines. Right? 12 years ago, during the winter time, the same exact time the GOCC stormed England with only a handful of people, and now there's thousands of people have been converted into the work, and it's only spreading as we speak tonight. So what we're going to do tonight, first of all, I want to let everyone know that yes,